Okay, let's talk about it. The one piece of writing that can feel like a total creative roadblock for so many of us artists, the artist statement. You know, it's that thing you absolutely need, but maybe, just maybe, you dread writing it. Well, today, we are going to demystify the whole thing and turn it from a chore into one of your most powerful tools.
I absolutely love this quote because it is just so spot on. I mean, think about it. Just like a really bad wedding toast, a rushed artist statement is, well, it's painfully obvious, right? It's awkward, it falls flat. But a really thoughtful one, that can completely change how people connect with what you've made. It shows you've really dug deep, and that is exactly what we're going to figure out how to do.
So here's our game plan for today. We're going to start by stepping inside the minds of the people who actually read these things. Think MFA admissions folks and gallery directors. Then we'll get you set up with a super practical toolkit, and we'll wrap up with a real concrete assignment to get you ready for pretty much any opportunity that comes your way.
All right, so for this first part, I want you to put on your admissions officer hat with me. Imagine I've got this huge stack of applications right here on my desk. I'm not just looking at your portfolio. No, I'm looking for a story, for a vision that makes sense. The art is obviously critical, but what you write about it, that can honestly make or break your entire application.
Now, the key word on this slide, the one I really want you to focus on, is coherence. See, your application is a total package deal. You've got your portfolio, your statement of purpose, and your artist statement. They can't feel like they came from three totally different artists. You know, if your portfolio is just bursting with these huge, bright, abstract paintings, but your statement only talks about your love for classical sculpture, that's a major red flag for me. It all has to weave together. It needs to tell me a single, compelling story about who you are as an artist.
And here it is. Oh man, this is the line we see over and over and over again. I've always been creative. Look, it's probably true, but it tells me absolutely nothing unique about you or the work I'm looking at right now. It's such a missed opportunity to make a real connection.
But now look at this. See the difference? It's night and day. This revised version doesn't just state a generic fact. It draws a direct, specific line from a memory, watercolor sketches, to the actual work in the portfolio. It takes that tired old cliché and turns it into a fascinating piece of your artistic DNA. That's what we want to see.
So, here's the bottom line. When you're writing for something like an MFA application, please skip the vague origin story. Instead, dig for those specific, concrete details that light up the work you are making today. Trust me, that's what makes an application jump out of the pile.
Okay, let's switch gears. We're moving beyond the university. Now I'm a gallery director. I'm busy, I'm scrolling through websites, maybe I'm considering you for a group show or even a job opening. Your writing is very often my first introduction to you, and I need to figure out who you are and what your work is about fast.
So first up, let's clear up something that trips a lot of people up, the artist bio. The best way to think about this is that it's your professional intro. It is about you, the person, where you went to school, your big achievements, your background. It's basically your About Me page, and you write it in the third person, as if someone else is introducing you. The artist statement, on the other hand, is all about the art itself. This is where you switch into first person and say, I. You're explaining your vision, how you make things, and why you make them. It's the voice of your work, giving me insights that I might not get just by looking.
This table breaks it all down perfectly. Bio, third person, about the artist, for your About page. Statement, first person, about the art, for applications and gallery walls. Just knowing the difference and when to use each one is a huge sign of professionalism.
Now, let's talk about a major trap. This right here. This is what we lovingly call art speak, or international art English. It's written to sound super smart and academic, but what does it actually mean? It's confusing, it's alienating, and it puts up a big wall of jargon between you and the reader. Just don't do it, please.
Instead, aim for this. It's so much more effective. Be authentic. If you wouldn't say cacophony of temptation out loud to a friend, don't write it. Be direct. Be clear. And this last one is so important. Focus on verbs. Don't just tell me your painting is about memory. Tell me what it does. Does it interrogate memory? Does it challenge it? Does it celebrate it? See? So much stronger.
Okay, so we've covered the why, the when, and definitely the what not to do. Now it's time to get practical. How do you actually sit down and get the words on the page without just staring at that blinking cursor for hours on end?
It all starts right here with this incredibly simple but powerful framework. What, how, and why. What do you make? What are the materials, the subject? How do you make it? What's your process? And, of course, the most important one, why? What are the big ideas, the themes, the motivations that drive you to create this work? Answering these 3 questions is the bedrock of any great artist statement.
And hey, if you're still feeling stuck, just try one of these low-pressure exercises. The goal here is not to write a perfect final draft. It's just to get some raw material down on paper. A 15-minute free write can unlock ideas you didn't even know you had. And explaining your work to a friend, that forces you to find simple, direct language. Seriously, even just writing a casual letter about what you're up to in the studio can help you find that authentic voice you're looking for.
All right, you've got the theory, you've got the tools, now it's time to actually put it all into practice. And think of this not as homework, but as building your professional toolkit so that you are always prepared.
So here is your assignment. Craft 3 different versions of your statement. First, the magic punch. That's your elevator pitch. Just a couple of powerful sentences to hook someone. Then, the basic play. This is your standard go-to 1-paragraph version. And finally, the home run. This is the longer, more detailed version that you can tailor for those really big opportunities, like a grant or a major solo show.
And the whole point of doing this is readiness. Because when that last-minute opportunity pops up, and believe me, it will, you are not going to be scrambling to write something from scratch. You'll have these polished, thoughtful statements ready to go. You can just grab the one you need and apply with total confidence.
And I want to leave you with this one last thought. We've spent a lot of time talking about writing for other people, for curators, committees, collectors. But the process of writing an artist statement, it's also this really profound act of self-discovery. It forces you to get crystal clear on your own ideas to find the true heart of your practice. So as you're writing, don't just think about what you want to tell others. Ask yourself, what is my work telling me?